2.5 years ago, my life changed literally overnight whenever I lost my business due to a fire. My business had a fire, and because of that, my business was forced to close. And because of that closure, I lost my only source of income. Now, that was quite a while ago now, and over the last 2.5 years since that business closure, I have learned a ton of lessons, a ton of really, really tough lessons. But the most valuable lesson I learned out of that entire experience and out of the entire ordeal that is most definitely the hardest, most darkest period of my entire life is the lesson of diversifying your income and how incredibly important it is to rely on multiple different revenue streams for 100% of your income. So what I want to talk about in this video is I want to break down how I've been able to diversify my revenue streams. And I want to talk about what different revenue streams I rely on for my $20,000 per month income. So let's get started. So what is up, you guys? My name is Aubrey and this is my channel. And as of right now, I'm 27 years old and I make about $20,000 per month. And this income is diversified amongst about 5 different revenue streams. Now, the lesson that I learned in 2018 was the importance of diversifying your income as much as possible and the severe costs and the severe price that you might have to pay if that isn't the situation that you've arranged for yourself. I had to pay that price, and it is a price I would never wish upon any of my enemies, anybody I know, because I know how absolutely difficult it is to lose a business and not know how you're going to make money from then on out. Now, I also know how it is like and what's it like to go from making virtually no money to making a fairly good amount of money in a relatively short period of time. I mean, 2.5 years is a long time when you're going through it, but whenever you look back, it goes by incredibly quickly, and it literally feels like it was just a few weeks ago when I lost my business to begin with. Now, the reason why I've been able to grow my income so substantially over the last 2.5 years is because of the fact that I've been very vigilant about diversifying my income. I establish one income stream, and then I move on to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And by using this method, I've been able to grow all of my income streams to the point where they give me a pretty good income. Now with that, let's dig into my very first income stream, which is also the one that I've talked about the most on this channel, and that is peer-to-peer car sharing. Now, peer-to-peer car sharing is whenever you rent out your car to your peers and you make money doing it. This is actually why I started this YouTube channel to begin with, and over the last year of doing YouTube, I've kind of diversified into other content. But long story short, I've been doing peer-to-peer car sharing for a few years now, and over the last few years, I've been able to grow my Turo fleet from my one car that I started out with into a multi-unit car Turo fleet consisting of between 8 and 15 cars depending on the day of the month. The reason why the cars vary so greatly is depending on what's going on with the cars, if the cars are totaled, if they're getting repaired. The number of active cars I have on the platform will vary depending on those factors. Now, peer-to-peer car sharing is great because it's one of the things that anybody can get started doing, and there are a variety of different platforms out there that can help facilitate you in peer-to-peer car sharing your vehicle. You have Avail, which is a passive version of peer-to-peer car sharing. You have GetAround, you have HireCar, and you have my personal favorite, which is Turo. Now, with peer-to-peer car sharing, the amount of money you can make will be drastically dependent on where you live, what type of cars you rent out, and your availability and the settings that you choose in the app. For me, with my Turo fleet, I can make anywhere between $4,000 and $10,000 per month, depending on what is going on for that month. Now, I know that is a huge range, and whenever you provide a range that substantial, it basically means nothing. And the reason why I provided such a large range is because the amount that you can make on Turo will be dependent on how many cars you have active. And the sad reality of a peer-to-peer car sharing business is that cars are going to get damaged, they will get wrecked, and they will need to be sold. And depending on what is going on with my Turo fleet, I will sometimes make as little as between $4,000 and $5,000, or sometimes I'll make more than $10,000 if all of my cars are active and being properly utilized on the app. But the point of this is that anybody can make a business of peer-to-peer car sharing. All you have to do is you have to have some sort of background knowledge in cars, you have to have a willingness to learn about cars and to learn about this business model, and you have to have accessibility to facilitate key exchanges. But I'm a big believer that you don't have to be a genius to run a fairly successful Turo fleet. And for me, Turo was a really big game changer in helping me get out of the financial situation that I was in after my business closed. And it's been something that I've really leaned on over the last few years, and it's really helped me grow financially. If you're interested in checking out more about Turo, I do have a bunch of videos covering this, and I will include a link to those in the description below. The next income stream that I rely on that has become my largest source of income is content creation. Now, what content creation is creating content and then marketing that content to a specific audience, and then you're able to make money from that content. Now, you watching this video and me recording this video, this is content creation in its simplest form. And with content creation, there are a lot of different mediums that you can go about creating this content and making money from it. You could write a blog and make money through Google AdSense. You could create a YouTube channel and make money through Google Ad revenue. You could join TikTok and start making money through the TikTok Creators Fund. You could become an Instagram influencer and make money through brand deals. The options are very literally limitless. And once you are able to grow a big enough audience, the amount of income that you can make from that audience or from potential affiliate partnerships and brand deals and kind of branches of that content creation are also limitless. Now, for me, my content creation of choice is YouTube, making YouTube videos, and then I make money off of the ads from those YouTube videos. But again, you could do literally anything that you feel comfortable doing and that you're good at. Now, over the last year, ever since I started YouTube, I've been a big proponent of content creation, and I've always encouraged the people in my life to explore this business model as either a side hustle or a potential income stream to replace their 9-to-5 job. And the comment that I always get whenever I suggest this idea is something along the lines of, well, what would I even make content about? Or I'm not good at anything, or I have no ideas. And the fact is, this could not be further from the truth. When it comes to content creation, I think the type of content you make is irrelevant. There is always going to be some sort of audience that is probably interested in what you're interested in. The thing about content creation is being thoughtful, being consistent, and finding something that you enjoy doing. Because the fact is, if you don't enjoy doing something, it's going to be very hard to do something thoughtfully and consistently. With me, I really am passionate about business, money, and personal finance. And because of that, I decided to start my own YouTube channel back in January of 2020. And I don't accredit my growth to YouTube to anything other than the fact that I have been incredibly consistent. I started YouTube by only doing 2 videos per week. I never missed a week of uploading. And then in July of 2020, I switched to daily uploads. And ever since July of 2020, I have not missed a single day, and I've been uploading consistently every single day for over 6 months. The fact is, consistency is the most important thing in success. And this is especially true when it comes to content creation. But before I dig into the details of how much I make from my content creation, it's important to understand where your income can come from whenever you are creating content. Like I mentioned earlier, you will create income from a variety of different sources depending on what type of content you create. In my case with YouTube, I make money through Google AdSense or Google Ad revenue. And that is a monthly check that comes in from Google, and the amount of money that I make from that is highly dependent on how many views I get on this channel. But there are also alternative revenue streams that can be attached to content as well. Things like brand deals, sponsorships, and affiliate links. For example, if you head down in the description below, you'll see a handful of affiliate links of brands that I'm associated with. Whenever you click on those links and you buy a product or you sign up for a service, I get a small commission from that. And that commission adds up over a period of time, and it can become a substantial source of income. Now with that, between Google AdSense for my YouTube videos, as well as brand deals, sponsorships, and affiliate links, my YouTube channel makes between $7,000 and $15,000 per month. Now again, I know that this is such a large range and I don't mean to be misleading, but the fact is the amount of money that I make from my YouTube channel is highly dictated by my views. And if I have 1 month where my videos are just taking off, I will make substantially more than a month where my views are just doing average. Now the next income stream that I want to talk about is my third source of income, and it's also arguably my most boring and possibly my most unnecessary one. And that is my stable job. Now, whenever it comes to growing multiple revenue streams, it's important, in my opinion at least, to have some form of consistent income. Some form of income that you can rely on to pay your bills, even if all of your other revenue streams fall flat or end up not working out or you end up losing them for whatever reason. And in my case, this revenue stream is consulting. I work at a consulting firm, not even part-time at this point, but I work in a consulting firm on a contractual basis, and I use the money that I make from this consulting firm in order to pay virtually all of my living expenses. With my income from this consulting firm, I'm able to pay for all of my bills, including my utilities, my mortgage, my dogs, my food, my insurance. And so I know that even if for whatever reason, all of my other income streams end up falling short, don't end up working out, there's a delay in getting paid, I know that I'm still able to make ends meet. Now, the reason why I think that this type of income stream is really important is because it allows for you the flexibility and allows for the safety net to go out and venture into new and potentially riskier endeavors. For me, if I didn't have my job at this consulting firm, I probably would have never started YouTube full time. I probably would have continued to do freelancing full time. I probably would have continued spreading myself super thin for the fear of not being able to pay my bills. But the fact is, with the safety net of my stable income stream, which is for me consulting, I was able to feel comfortable kind of cutting ties with all of my other income streams that allowed for me to become a full-time YouTuber, that allowed for me to venture into these other really lucrative projects. Now, for you, your stable income stream will probably not be consulting. It might be your 9-to-5 job. It might be a nannying gig. It might be babysitting. It might be driving for Uber or Lyft. It might be something completely different. Whatever it is irrelevant, but just knowing that you have that stable income stream that you can rely on day in and day out is something that will not only be really good for you mentally, but will also allow for you to comfortably go out and try new things, venture into new ideas, and explore different revenue streams. For me, consulting is my lowest income source. I make between $1,000 and $3,000 per month, which I know in the grand scheme of things, in comparison to my other income streams, is very small. But knowing that I have that there gives me kind of the emotional and mental stability that I need to feel comfortable doing the other things that I'm working on. My fourth revenue stream is my most recent one that I recently added into the equation, and that is courses. Now, I know courses get such a negative reputation online, and to be fair, I think the reputation to an extent is warranted because of the fact that in the world of online courses, there are so many scummy people. It is absolutely insane. But the fact is that if you're somebody who actually has a real skill set, if you are actually an expert at any given field, and you feel as though you can create a course and then monetize that course as a way to make money, I think that this is a very legitimate and a really great way to add an extra revenue stream into your arsenal. For me, I have one course as of right now. It's called the Car Sharing Masterclass, and it's a course that I created teaching people how to start a car sharing business, which is my first income stream that I talked about earlier in the video. Now, this is something that at the time was a pretty big upfront time investment. It took me about 6 months to build out. It was super cumbersome to plan out the course, film everything, and get everything organized. But now that the course is done, it's a fairly passive income stream. And now I just need to go through, update some modules here and there, respond to customer feedback, answer emails, and do those sorts of things. Now, with my course, I make about $3,000 per month from this course, but the course has only been released for a few months now, and I'm not exactly sure how that will average out over a longer period of time. Now, when it comes to courses, I think the great thing is, similar to content creation, there is something that you are very good at. There is something that you're an expert at, and whether or not you want to believe that is irrelevant. It's completely true. Everybody is good at something. And the thing about courses is just being able to identify what you're good at and then trying to create a course around that and then figuring out how to market that. Now, whenever you have an audience through content creation, like my YouTube audience I have here, it becomes much easier to make a course and make money from that course because you have a built-in audience. But the fact is, there are a lot of ways to grow an audience, whether it be through a blog, whether it be through Instagram, whether it be through even traditional online marketing. There are a lot of ways to market a course outside of a solidified audience that you may have through content creation like I do with YouTube. And really, it's about learning how you can market a course effectively and then doing that in order to make money from that course. I really like courses. I like courses from the perspective of somebody that has a course and plans on making more courses in the future. I love courses from the perspective of somebody who has purchased many courses before. In fact, just last week, I purchased one of Meet Kevin's courses. So I am a firm believer in online courses. I just think it's one of those things that gets a bad reputation because of the fact that so many scummy people take advantage of people who are wanting to get help through the online course structure. But as long as you're legitimate or you offer legitimate advice, I think that courses and online courses is an excellent way to make money, and it can be an excellent additional revenue stream. So this is, in summary, the details that are associated with me making about $20,000 per month. Now, the thing about my income is because of the fact I'm self-employed and because of the fact that my income is spread across multiple different revenue streams, my income fluctuates quite significantly. Some months it's higher than $20,000, some months it's less than $20,000, but it has seemed to average out about that $20,000 mark. The other thing to note is that all of my income I provided in this video is in the form of ranges. And the reason why I did this is because similarly to my overall income, my individual revenue streams don't stay consistent. If I have a month where YouTube is doing really well, I may make more on YouTube. Some months I make more on YouTube and then I make a little less on Turo. Some months I make more on Turo and I make less on YouTube. Nothing is consistent in the world of entrepreneurship, and this has definitely been true with my own income as well. But you guys, I hope that this gave you some valuable insight into how I make my money and maybe got some of the wheels turning in your own brains on how you can increase your own revenue streams and thus increase your total income overall. I know for me, diversifying my income has been an absolute game changer, and not only increasing my income, but also really opening my eyes to just how much opportunity is out there. And it's not a matter of if you have opportunity available to you, it simply is a matter of just figuring out how you can take advantage of all the opportunities that are out in front of you. With that being said, you guys, though, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have anything to add, make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video.